Hi, it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is aha moments. Well, I do have a video about talking about the idea of all day, every day, keeping the thoughts positive. And in that video, I mentioned about you can't just have a positive thought here and there. You got to keep positive all the time. This idea, though, is this aha moment. I think you've heard of this, where you're just kind of going along with life, living your day to day, and then something will come into your consciousness as, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was a thing. So, for example, in 2015, this is 2020 as I'm talking, I went to one of my cousin's weddings. Went with my mom and sister and brother and my kids, and my cousins were there, and really a nice time. It was like this outdoor wedding at a beautiful setting, and it was just hotter than Hades that day, though. But so yeah, I love those type of big family gatherings. So you're drinking beer and talking smart and having a good meal and catching up with people. And I asked my one cousin, and she's was a little younger than me. I asked her something like, well, how's your summer? Because this was about Labor Day weekend. How was your summer? And usually when you ask somebody something like that, they say, yeah, it was fine. It was nice. She kind of opened up to me. She goes, I had the best summer of my life. And it was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? You're like nearly 50 years old, and you had the best summer of your life. And I knew that this seemed unlikely, because she was having this terrible, in the midst of this terrible divorce with this real kind of a bad guy, and she had these middle school girls that were, that she was raising, and she was bumping around at different jobs and having a hard time living. And so the last thing I expected her to say was she had a great summer. She goes, well, my mom and dad, they took me and the girls on this cruise. We had a great time for a week on an ocean liner cruise in the Caribbean. The girls, they went to some camp, and they were gone for a week, and she just had a nice week of relaxing and enjoying herself without any real cares. She said she had gotten a good teaching job the year before, and then she's going to be returning here shortly to that teaching job. So it was like the first time in years that she had a steady job. And so that was kind of my aha moment. It started me thinking, maybe, Happier Man, you can have a good summer. And this was 2015 when I was talking. And so all winter long, that aha moment percolated in my mind that I would, I'm going to have a good summer. And the next summer came, 2016, and you know what? I had the best summer of my life in 2016. This was 4 years ago. I would have been 50 or 51 years old, something like that. I had the most consistent fun of my entire life that year, all because of that aha moment. I got a very nice summary article on the happierman.com website, 2016 summary if you want to look it up. But it was that aha moment that people can have a great time, even if they're in their 40s, even if they're in their 50s, even if they've never had a good summer before. Up until then, I don't know that I had that many great summers. I've had some good times here and there. I've had some summer enjoyment, but I've never called it a great summer. I just said it was hot and sticky, and don't really, I'm too old to have a good time. Well, that was an aha moment for me. I had a great summer based just on that aha moment, that quick conversation with somebody. So when these aha moments come to you, and I wrote it down. I wrote it down in my journal book. I wrote it, and I started making plans, over the winter. What would I do in the summer to make it good? What types of experiences would make it good? And of course, mine had to do a lot with traveling, with partying, with meeting ladies, and all of that kind of stuff all came together. Outdoor adventures, getting in the sun, swimming, hiking, exploring, all of that kind of came together. Seeing old friends, meeting new people, all the things I love to do, I did. So I think I'm going to go home and spend some time planning on this next coming summer. And I think, since you've heard this, you should do the same. When you got these aha moments, when something comes into your consciousness, write it down. Write it down, reflect on it, think about it. Does that make sense for you? To me, that made perfect sense. Why can't a 50-year-old guy have a great summer, right? Is it just for children? Is it just for teenagers? Is it just for young lovers? Why not you? Right? So that was a tremendous aha moment for me. And I've had other aha moments. And what happened, I like to, when this comes along, I definitely write it down in my journal book. I definitely reflect on it and think about it and think how I might incorporate that idea into my life. You may have aha moments about your business opportunities, about investments, about career paths, about schooling you might need to do, about training you might need, about how you might choose to live your life, about maybe where you want to live, right? About who you want to spend your time with. So when those aha moments come, write them down in your journal book. Don't lose track of them. They come to you for a reason. And my cousin telling me about her great summer came to me for a reason, because I needed that summer. I had a great time. I learned how to have fun again. Up until then, my fun really wasn't that. I didn't have that consistent fun. It was always just have a little fun, go months without fun. But that summer, I was having fun all the time, every weekend. Some of these trips, were couple week trips, and it was like every day, and it was consistent. April all the way through into November. It was a very long, warm summer. I pushed the envelope on summertime. I pushed myself physically. I had a great summer. And it was all due to that great conversation I had with my cousin. And if she's listening, I really appreciate it. The next time I see you, I'm going to talk about it. I know I've mentioned it to her on other family get-togethers. But those aha moments, capture them, write them down. Your life will skyrocket. All for now.